Okay, I honor those of you who are energy, uh, and yada 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 yada. I did a video talking about ways, like little physical, true to life, ways you can tell that there's been some kind of an energetic manipulation done to you, your energy, your mind, your body, your life, your reality. Okay, so I gave some examples because I happen to believe the more simple you can make something and the more applicable and relatable that you can make it, it helps people to make sense of it and how to, what to look for and how to apply that. So on this video, there was some other that came to my body to you. Okay. And that is okay. Even if maybe you like some of the other things that I do. Okay. I understand that not everyone gets this type of stuff. And I'm not here to debate. Okay. One thing that I have learned is that you can still find value in stuff, you know, that you're receiving, even if you don't necessarily agree with everything or could relate to everything. Okay, so it's okay if this is not for you. So this video is really dedicated to those who know as a matter of fact. Okay, you know. Okay, and so this information is for those of you out there, and then others of you that are coming through and you're curious about this type of stuff. Okay, so these are things that you will not know at first. This is a part of its power. Okay? It's a part of its power, other than the art of misdirection and secrecy, which is another thing to do with their power. Okay? The unknown. It's hidden. Okay? And the other thing is, like I said, it's something that's it's so muted, it's so standard, you're not going to associate it to anything to do with any form of energy manipulation whatsoever. Okay? So some of the things that I started noticing with me and my son. Okay, so there was certainly some sensations prior we could feel and sense, but wasn't quite able to make sense of it in about. Okay, to Texas, these things amplified, but I am aware of why they amplified. Okay, because it was a whole little dilly deal. Okay. This year, right? This, but let me get back to what I'm saying. Let's say we already talked about feeling tired. We already talked about rando sicknesses. We talked about, you know, rando issues arising in relationships and finances. So we talked about that, I think, on part 1. Okay. Here's another one. You know how itching is normal? A standard human experience is itchy. You know, itch. You might get an itch, no? You know, whether that be due to an insect bite, a skin condition, an allergy. You know, itching is not something that somebody's going to be like, red flag, you know. That's one of them. But have you ever experienced, I call it visceral? So it's not quite an itch per se. You know, sometimes it's hard to describe what it is that you're feeling. It may come off like itchy. Depression is advised. All things into account, be grounded and balanced. Okay, the more we do our research and study and we start learning different things, we even find out stuff like, for example, parasites. You know, if there's an overflow of toxic parasites in the body, you know, the brain, okay, you can start to act, okay? But here's the thing about even that: the root of most stuff is still energetic. Of course, it's environmental, and some other stuff, physical. But when you get to the core, visceral sensation. Have you ever felt like something was crawling over your head? Like something was here, but ain't shit there, bitch. It's attacking, or we're doing ritual. What their goal is for that particular session. Do you ever like notice the when you see in the beginning? Here's where this in the beginning, to think that you're just, let's say the sensation is just like, how you tap or scratch because like you feel something, or because you're not, nobody is, no, I promise you, nobody is ever, okay? Because you're just doing life. You just think, oh, maybe you got an itch, or maybe whatever. Some may even just feel like, oh, maybe I have an illness, and you may be accrediting it to that. There's some people who have even thought that something was actually wrong with them because of it. Like they bought the hype of the karmics. Bought the hype of them damn karmics. Maybe you're just mentally no horror. Skankatron. No. It's scallywags and my fucking energy. Ain't nobody got no damn mental problems. If I do, it's cause I've been fucking with your ass. But by the time anyway, back to Bach. Let's get back to this. Those are signs, okay, that exist. Okay, look for those visceral sensations in your body, and there should be nothing happening. Take your own knowledge of your own personal health condition in account. Okay, you got to take all that into account, but just start paying attention to that. Is it a pattern to it? What is the feel afterward? But you see how we have to slow down long enough for that? You see how this all going back to how this excessive busyness to creation is for this very reason, in part. Because by the time you finish working your ass, okay, by the time you're doing all of that, okay, all other situations, you may be of a certain age, you may be going through different cycles of life, all of this, by the time you finish, you're tired, you want to flop on the couch. I'm just saying, and it's because there's nothing wrong with that, and that's the whole point of keeping people so consumed that way. You're just tired, you're exhausted, you ain't got no time for nothing, you just want to sleep, you just want to clean the dirt off of you, drink a beer, drink a wine cooler, a margarita, a mocktail, okay? And you just keep doing that on repeat. And because it's not something until it persists. Okay? Some cases it's draining. What they're doing is attempting to suck. It's like a leech. It's an energy leech. It's an energy vampire. Okay? Cases siphoning. Okay? Other times they're like I said, it just depends on what it's an entity. I have to say that as well. That they're sending, that they're trying to attach to you. Fear before, as I end the video, I'm going to give some tips. evoke fear. You see the woman in the picture with that cross bow and arrow, how she's sharp, how she focused. Really not trying to provoke fear. There's a code to deal with that, by the way. There's several codes because it's a program. Oh, it gets fun. It gets fun when we start getting to the meat and potatoes. It gets fun. We start plugging. It's like, shit, matrix, bitch. We're 8675349 pound, bitch. I'm just playing. Anywho, okay, so see how this woman, she focused collective, especially honorable feminine. She a sharp motherfucker. Well, I tell you what, that's why, let me tell you something. That's why it took a whole slew, bitch. It took a whole, and it's still, can't finish it because it ain't gonna happen. Essentially, they're accelerating their own demise. Just wait for it. It's already happening in no time. But back to this. My intention is not to provoke fear or even paranoia. That's why I said, all things being equal, trying to stay as grounded and balanced with all this stuff as we can, okay? At the end of the video, I'm going to give some tips because one of the things that I'm navigating through is, hey, if you're wrong, it ain't going to hurt because at least it's almost like preemptive. You know what I'm saying? It's like, shit, fuck thinking for 30 days, bitch. We finna just put some shiznit and just in case, bitch. You see what I'm saying? So there's no need to get into hyping or fear. I'll get to, in the end, I will share some tips. Okay? But again, do you have random bruises for no reason? Keep your health condition in mind as well, okay? But all of these little things, okay, so visceral sensations as if something is moving around on your body or crawling on you, and ain't nothing there, bitch, okay? Big sign, that's a big one, okay? We already talked on the other video, I think, about sudden arguments or a sudden shift in energy, like seems like out of nowhere. That's some type of a chaos, conflict, and confusion stuff. Okay? And it may be like a breakup type of spell, like quit your job, leave your relationship, like, you know, something like that. Okay? Okay, I think that was it for that, okay? I felt like it was important because it's one of the more subtle of all that I've mentioned. It's one of the more subtle of all that I've mentioned. We talked about headaches out of nowhere. They're attacking big time, or they're leeching. Some people are paying as I speak. For some of you out there, and people are paying for something they did to your children as I speak. Yes, they are. Some people either had a heart attack, a stroke, out of nowhere, but it's correlated to some very ugly, nasty, and aggressive energy to your children. Okay? Now, someone is not a child, but he is disabled and he's got like a young adult or a teenager. So he's an innocent. So, you know, retards don't get that, but that's just something that maybe they'll learn on their deathbed. Yeah, somebody getting it hard. Okay, it's like, yeah, you decide, yeah, because you was warned before you did the shit, nigga. Now back to this. Here's what we can do. And it don't have to be a big thing. See, especially in the beginning, the simpler for you, the better. The more flowy, okay? Because again, you might already be overwhelmed. It's a lot. You may be new to stuff, and you don't need nothing that's gonna be like, shit, bitch, I ain't got no time to be doing no full-fledged shit, bitch. I don't have no cave, nigga. And so you just need I'll talk like that because I like to keep it relevant and relatable. I know there's some people won't dare say that shit, but I will, because that's truth. It's truth. So it's about your intention. It's about tapping into that creativity, works and due diligence, codependency and hierarchy shit. And it also helps the individual to strengthen their own, confidence. They're able to not just say, oh, because so-and-so has said, they're able to go like, okay, I heard what so-and-so said, and I looked into it. I researched it. I sat with it, and I felt, did my own little science project. And this is what I'm coming up with for me. Okay. So in the beginning, you can say something like, you do an incant. Okay. Whatever this is that I'm sensing and feeling viscerally, all energy, manipulation, spells, entities, I renounce, decant, destroy, and uncreate all such agreements of such, all such allowance times, blah, 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 blah. I cancel and delete, renounce it. You can speak to it, command it, speak death to it. Yep. You can speak death, destruction, null and void, of null effect, useless, dead, nada, fruitless, powerless over me. You can bring in, like I said, it's going to depend on where you're at the time. You don't want to push. You don't want to have to do too much. And then you can ask your inner guidance. How do I put in that how into the universe? See it? And the alignment and the download will come right there. And it may be subtle. Okay, it may be spiritual bath. It may be, a reversal, chords, just different stuff may just come to you. And it'd be simple though, like, okay, a spiritual bath, this or that, you may have a dream. So like, just take it easy, because you don't, and then just sit with it, because you're your own science project, right? You ain't got to trip. You ain't got to trip. This is why I love this. We humans, we've been conditioned to be so hard in the wrong areas. You know what I'm saying? If you have a sincere heart and you're doing the best that you can, you're going to make mistakes. The issue is people who know that they're doing something wrong from the gate and they do it. That's what the real issue is. Not that we make mistakes. Okay. So, give yourself some grace with that. And it may be a number of things you'll have to incorporate. I'm not trying to imply that this is going to be the only answer. I have a whole lot of toolkits. Shit in my toolkit. Trust and believe that ain't the only thing. Because sometimes you're dealing with some whoppers, baby. And a person like myself and my son, this shit has been done on us since birth. Okay? So we ain't dealing with lightweights. Okay? We have some lightweights in our energy, but we're dealing with some high-level sophisticates, baby. Okay, we're dealing with old evil. I call it I call old Moses, bitch. We dealing with some old evil in this bitch, huh? And so we didn't. I'm sorry. We've been dealing with that a long time. So I trust and believe when I tell you I got a bunch of shit in my toolkit because yeah, you gotta hit all cylinders, bitch. But the starting point, okay, is take it easy in that. You want to be kind to yourself because you're gonna go through shock. Your system, when you're first finding out about all of this stuff, you're gonna go through. It's gonna go shock, and there's a code to clear that too. You're gonna go through shock. And one of your responses, depending on what your response is subconsciously in terms of trauma. Okay, so there's going to be the shock one, and then there's going to be the fight, flight, or freeze, or fawn. There's codes, there's 2 codes you can use for that too. Okay, so yeah, don't beat yourself up about that. Because it's going to be like, what? Like, I'm still processing some shit. Because it's like, I'm still like, I cannot believe this shit. And I'm not just talking about, I'm not talking about like the more recent in terms of like randos. I'm really talking about like the core, the foundation, like realizing like, oh, are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. So it's okay. You got to be kind with that. You got to be kind with yourself. You're not going to be, you know, you ain't going to have your cape on. You know what I'm saying? Right away. Okay? For a long time, you don't even understand what the hell is happening. So you're not going to have a cape on. You got to unravel all of that. You didn't have people stealing your energy, depleting you for umpteen thousand years or whatever. Start there, okay? And then Google that as you start typing in feeling visceral sensation, type it in how to clear, and you know, and just evaluate it, trial and error, sense and feel into your own knowing. Okay, so now I mentioned how on another video at the end I was actually sharing tips of how to clear if you suspect there's a love spell on you. Okay, that somebody did some kind of compelling, whether it's romantic love or just some kind of a domination, because it's not always romantic love. Okay, you may suspect that somebody, yes, have done a love spell, but you also may suspect that somebody did some kind of compelling or some kind of a domination or a compassion spell, like something to make you stupid. Excuse me. Words slip out. Been this way since I was a kid. It's like, well, shit, it is what it is. That's how I feel about it. It'll make you stupid. Something that's trash, make you loyal to something that actually hates you. That, see, that's the fucked up part right there. I mean, it's one thing to make you like that, and they actually they liked you, but to make you like that, it's like they want to, basically they're trying to make you their slave, and they hate you, and they only want that because, you know, they're coming against whatever, whomever. Like, that's some crazy shit. So you be out here being loyal to motherfuckers, plotting against you, scheming against you, like clowning you, stealing from you, setting you up for jail, setting you up to get robbed, to get your ass beat. And you out here thinking you somebody's ride or die. Yeah, you ride or die, right? You finna ride and die. Because that's exactly how they set this shit up. Woo, shit. That's exactly how they set it up. Because they need you in jail so they can have your money, nigga. So they can, ooh. So they can have your shit. So they can be sitting up in your house, sitting up in your car. So they can have your shit. That's up. Now somebody sleeping in my bed, baby. Somebody's taking my place. Yeah, shit. They got your ass. Don't be mad at yourself either. I'm making a joke and making it laughy and shit, but all into, pray to something like this at some point. Old school song says everybody play fool. It's not about sometimes. Everybody plays the fool. Sometimes. It's no exception to the rule. Maybe factual, maybe cruel. Everybody plays the fool. Ooh. And certainly if somebody got a spell on you, you can't see. Okay, so here is some of this here. Let me stop clowning. Google this, okay? Remember, we're all about education, okay? Educate, reads, okay? So you want us to look into this because you want to find what res with you and what's going to work for you, because not every practice, ritual, you might not. You see that? And once again, this is not to replace. The disclaimers are on my homepage in the description box. This is by no means replacing your own intelligence or higher guidance or any professional stuff. Please always keep that at the forefront. Okay? I am a firm believer in a holistic approach to life. So I really don't lean towards one or the other. I'm kind of a little bit of everything because it's alchemy to me. Okay? But hoodoo practices and some voodoo practices involves your urine. So let's say you think you have a suspicion. You're not sure, because some cases it ain't a spell, okay? But this is just in the air of caution. You feel and you suspect that somebody done put the roots. Okay, they done put that bloody blood, bitch, in the sketty. Okay, or your maxi pad, whatever career shiznit. Okay. So you can use your urine and your own blood to clear that out. Yep. If you have had like dreams where it seems like somebody was giving you something to eat or drink or even like sex and stuff like that, because that's something else too. Ooh, I'm on them motherfuckers, nasty, weird motherfuckers. I know they feel my motherfuckers. I know they feel coming for their ass. It's like, yeah, we coming deep, nigga. Yup. But anywho, that's why I said please, okay? This may gross some people out, okay? What you want to do is type in using early morning urine to break a love spell. Using your early morning urine to break a love spell. Using early morning urine to break a love spell. Or to break domination. Okay? And see what happens. Okay? Some cases they're gonna encourage you to like drink some of your own early morning urine. That's why I said please, viewer discretion, health, sanitations, and so I have to say it in a certain way for the video purposes. Okay, but there's other things that involve a jar. Okay. Now, in terms of, as it pertains to baths, what you can do, okay? For those of you who will lean towards that, I like to add all the shit, bitch. I'm like, fuck it, give me all the shit. I want all strategies, bitch, because this is some potency, motherfucker. Anyway. Shit, you, man, shit, you get there. At some point, you be like, I want all the shit. Fuck that. We fuck that. Let's just do it all at once. We want the power. I want the platinum package. I want the power. I want the platinum package, bitch. You know, I want the platinum package of clearing all nasty shit, isn't it? Huh? Give me all the shit. What you need me to do? Okay, what you need? Okay, come on, y'all gotta loosen up and laugh. Come on, I know it's serious, but you know, we got to laugh at it because it's like it is that ridiculous. It's like that's what we come to. But you know, a message that came to me the other day, which kind of like got me struck, was like, actually, no, it's been this way. We're just now coming to the understanding of it. It's just now being brought to our. The other day, I was like, man, I was clowning around as I usually. I was like, shit, boy. I was doing my science logic. I was like, what happened to the old days? See, this is where the message came from. I was like, what happened to the old days when people would just, you know, meet somebody that, what's up with all this extra? I was like, what happened to the good old fashioned? Just meet somebody. You go from there and you do what you can do, and that's kind of it. Ain't nothing else weird in the background happening. And that's when the message came to me. It's like, there's no old days. What you're really referring to is the fact then. And that just shut me up in that moment. I was like, well, motherfucker. We just were where. So all this crazy shit been happening. Exactly. Yep. Hey, fuck. I was like, well, let's just remedy that thing, bitch. So what you can do, if you want to link to like the staff side stuff as well, Google that. But you want to find stuff, consider your allergens and things like that. But definitely ingredients and things that are more known for its potency to clear out spirit husbands and wives and ex-lovers out of your energy. Incubuses, succubuses, that you can infuse in that. Okay, ammonia is one of them. What was the other one? The ammonia, it was, some would say Florida water, but we have ammonia, Florida water, vinegar, of course, sea salt, hyssop herb. Like if you simmer it like you know, get the juices out of hyssop. You can definitely like Google if there's products already made for it. They're not happening to like spiritual bath to clear out past lovers, you know, sex entities. You want to Google anything to do with the sacral chakra, okay, which is your womb, whether you're a man or a woman, okay, because that's where the attachment is, the sacral chakra, and it's these sexual organs, okay. And you want to cleanse that. You want to work on that. Okay. As a woman, we have what they call yoni cleanses that you can do, where it's like stuff you can put in there. Okay. On top of your womb, to clear out the sex glue. I call it the sex glue because of the bonding agent of sex, the oxytocin, and the spell of it You can put some stuff up your hoo-ha. Okay? Some yoni, some shiznit. Okay? As you work on your areas. Okay? You know, that's also, but you may have to do these things maybe a 2-3 days. You got to play with it and feel with it, you know. Now here's a sidebar. I don't advise doing any of these things until you're done with the person. Okay? Because it's like trying to clear your flu, but you stay in the room that is filled with the flu. Okay? It's like trying to clear a virus, stay in the room with the virus that's still active. You're working against yourself, because a part of the detox is to unravel you so that you can see, so that you're not entangled. And as long as you are still dealing with the person, then your energy is going to be still contaminated. So it's not a judgment. That's why I'm simply saying I don't advise doing those things until you know you're done. You're not going to be able to feel it. You're not going to know, because you're fucking like, what the fuck? You can't try to clear a love spell and still fuck. Okay, I need that to be clear. That's not going to work. If you want to say, like, let's say you're like, well, we don't know and I don't want to break up, or okay, that's fine. You don't have to. Maybe say you want to go on a break of 3 days, 4 days, you know, to reflect. If they can't handle 3 or 4 days of you, I mean, you want to communicate that openly and honestly, but if they can't handle that, okay, that's a warning. Because see, a person stay in your head. They need to stay in your head. They need to stay on your body. That's a part of the glue. That's a part of the spell. Okay? No, I love yous and hey boos, and like, for the purposes. This is only for those of you rest with this. Okay? Ain't nobody trying to tell folks to do shit in a happy home. It's like, this is for people who you feel some kind of way and you're trying to navigate yourself through it. And if you have a healthy relationship and you communicate honestly and respectfully, it shouldn't really be a problem. Okay, 3 days, if a relationship can't survive 3 days of no interactions, that's a little scary, you know. And we're not talking toxicity here. We're not talking about ghosting and head games. Okay. Then you do it and then set intentions for that. Be intentional to find your inner guidance about the relationship. During that, be evaluating it as you're doing your cleanse, so that upon return, whether it is you discover that it's not a spell and you want to proceed and move forward with the relationship, or you discover, you know, some stuff comes through and you start reviewing the relationship and some other things that you were suspicious of, or whatever. And then you go forward and then you have that conversation upon the return. You see that? Now, if they're toxic, you got to be ready for that, because just because you trying to do something properly don't mean it's going to be properly received, and it doesn't mean that they're going to properly respond. So keep in mind your situation. If you have a crazy on your hand and you know it, you need to proceed accordingly for your own health and well-being and safety, and that of your family or people that you care for, because some of us, that is our story. We're dealing with people. Okay? So anywho, those are the little things. Y'all can play with that. Okay, the visceral stuff. So let me get a guidance card for something you can do to initiate, to start helping yourself. You're feeling the visceral movement. It's a clue of some baneful work. So let's just get something, a card on that, and then a card on the love spell shit. Okay? Something that you can do, some kind of a, approach to something here. Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. Real quick, this ain't deep, because I gotta go. Ah, see, right away, right away. Four of Swords, so go into meditation. I love that this card came out. Okay? Go into some temporary isolation, rest, meditation to go within. Okay? Allow yourself more time before making a decision. So looking at decisions, looking at what you're going through here. Insights that come from meditation. Okay. For some of you, the Four of Swords is going to represent put something to an end, if you can. Okay, what your situation is, whether this is a relationship, something, or even taking a break. Four of Swords is a taking a break kind of card. Okay. But it's intentional break, because some people be saying, I'm taking a break. They at the club, they everywhere but meditating. They're drinking, they're partying, they hoeing. That's nothing. Hey, to each his own. But that's not what we're talking about for this. This is intentional. This is mindful, and it's intentional because you're trying to get to answers. You're not running. This is not about avoidance. It's actually about coming to yourself and facing things. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with those things, but it's not going to get you the answers and the resolve if you're not. You see that? Okay. So for the case where people feel suspicious that there's baneful work on them, and one of the signs is they're having visceral sensations on their body, like something's crawling, touching them, in their body, and it's picking up. What are some of the things they can do to initiate change or addressing that issue? What are some of the initial things, the beginning, like the initial stage? Because at first, look at that. Okay, so we're getting the air element coming out. The Ace of Swords is coming out in the upright. Very interesting. Putting your sword down, because in this depiction, the sword is down through the crown, which is what we were talking about right at first. Brilliant ideas that may need refinement, overcoming obstacles with faith that everything will work out. Communicate clearly and concisely and remain objective. Butterfly. In the depiction, there's snow. He has on a snow coat, and there's a butterfly on him. As I mentioned, using your words. I think that's the first thing I said in incant. Get silent so that you can find that clarity. And that brilliant idea will come through in that Four of Swords, that Ace of Swords, in terms of how to address it, whether that is an incantation, some type of affirmation, some type of a mantra, some type of a command, or a ritual of sorts. But it'll come from the Four of Swords, given a space, and the brilliant idea will come as a download. That's powerful. Because I see the butterfly. The butterfly is on his shoulder, on his right shoulder here. a blue butterfly, so clarity, the actions that you would need to take, because the right side, even though it's like opposite, because I know it's creativity, but it's masculine. It's actually masculine, so it's going to give you the actions that you need to take, and to help you transform it, to help you transmute or transform that energy, okay? Yep, and it'll come swiftly after that Knight of Swords. Yep, taking those actions there, okay? It's going to help you to see that, you know, when you go on that Four of Swords, to that ace that comes through, is going to help you all to see that, oh, these are attacks. These are attacks of people that are angry with me. Because some of the spell work is gossip. Some of the spell work is, you know, the gossip or people just being verbally abusive, because gossip is spell work. But that Four of Swords to the ace is going to get you to the Knight. Look at all the air. It's a lot of air. That you're dealing with people who do things without thinking, people who are angry and who have anger problems that are attacking you. Okay? And then it's going to give you decisive action of what you need to take. Okay? Own your truth and speaking your truth. Accept it, acknowledge it. Okay, boom. Interesting. One more for this, and then we'll go into the love. The one with the people want to do a litmus test. And shit, this is my fire. Because sometimes, no, though. Like, people often accuse feminine of that, but it's always the other way around. Ace of Swords. And yeah, and it still came out. Look it came out, the ace and the 4, which is 5 of Swords. That's attacks. That's gaslighting. You see that? Oh, so it may point that it's gaslighting. It's the effects of narcissistic gaslighting. Ooh-wee. And look at the 8 of Pentacles. Good gravy. 8 of Pentacles. And so it's going to help you to develop as you rest. It's going to help you to master it. It went from the ace to the 4 of Swords to the 8 of Pentacles. It's going to help you realize that people have been doing work on you to make you sick. Okay, as you go into that meditative state, or make you tired. But it's also going to lead you to what to develop, what to work on. 8 of Pentacles. Good gravy. I like the progression. And you'll pull out these swords. I like this progression. So the 10 of Swords coming into the reverse. Woo! It's going to point that it's a lot to do with people that betrayed you over and over again. And people that were upset that they couldn't continue to easily betray you. Is what is going to come out. Child. That they kept trying to put you in situations. Oh, 10 of Swords reverse. But it's going to help you to pull that shit out. 8 of Pentacles to the 10 of Swords reverse. Yes, sir. Trying to make you sick. Look at that. Justice reverse. And then it's going to lead you to your stability and your health and well-being. Look at that. 8 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands upright. This is about health, well-being, stability. And then the 5 of Wands in the reverse. So as you develop through that, whatever these things you implement is going to help bring the stability. 8 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, 5 of Wands reverse. Boom, nigga. Boom. Nigga, we're gonna put this shit to rest. We're gonna Woo! Because see, look at that clarity. Your ace is the front, is the lead. That's some powerful energy. It's the lead. It's going to also be like the more you speak the truth about it too, the power is going to break off of you. Because again, it's the silence, it's the isolation, it's the secrecy, you know, that keeps the power over us. And it's like when we speak it, when we say it, and a lot of abusers that's into this stuff, they bank on people feeling scared because of people going to be saying they're crazy and people are not going to believe them and one thing or another. And they kind of really lean into that. But the more you speak it out loud and own that truth, the more people are going to start to see it. It's going to bring that clarity. Okay, so speaking it. Okay. Yeah. It's going to break some of that power off of it too. Because it's no longer a secret. It's no longer an illusion. It's no longer hidden. Okay, so that's that for the part where y'all's feeling the visceral sensations in your body. And you're going to get that clarity and the guidance that you take with taking care of yourself and speaking, no matter how awkward. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I know you don't believe this and blah, 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 but motherfuckers is up in my energy, me and my churn, okay, to cause problems, okay? Fucking with my head, trying to make us sick so that we can be crazy, so that they can keep the shit they stole. Anyway, okay? So that's for that. Now let's go ahead to the love, y'all. Okay, you suspecting that, and you gonna try to get some guidance how to proceed in the beginning, because when you're new to it, we're wanting simplicity, we're wanting easy, we're wanting, you know what I'm saying, something that's not gonna break your wallet, that you ain't spending $500 on some practitioner that's really ain't doing shit but recycling somebody else's shit, and then you didn't pay for it. Anyway. I have judgment as your lead. It says review. Review the past. So here's your lead. Okay. So taking the time to evaluate your judgment. Get proper discernment and judgment. Reviewing means taking some space to evaluate. As I said, 3 days. Okay. With love and compassion to yourself. Okay. To see if you may need to head in a new direction, to get this clarity on your life and your purpose, and if these connections are in alignment with it. It says in your heart, you know what to do. Now, so taking out that time to review, putting those, strategies in place, whether it is utilizing your own urine and blood, a jar, spiritual bath, a little bit of everything, taking a break if you're not already broken up. Some of you, you're already not with the person, so you don't have to worry about that. But at least it clears them out, though. So you're not in this land of confusion about it or going back and forth, because you're now cleaning yourself up. Okay? And then as you're doing that, the judgment says here, it's time to go in a newer direction. In your heart, you know what to do. It'll be more clear to you as you implement those things. The convolution is due to the spell and definitely due to the sex bond. Okay? The most powerful spell in the universe. I stand on that. It's one of the most powerful spells in this universe. Okay? That's why there's whole cults and covens that dedicate to doing some weirdy shit pertaining to it. Yeah, look at that. And And there you go. And there you go. I got the Page of Wands. You're going to get your spark back because, you drained, bitch. Okay, Page of Wands is a message, but it's also the very beginning, the very flickers, okay, of something here. And so the fire element, okay, is something life affirming. Does something bring you life? We're not talking about a high. See, people think a high and life affirming are the same, and they're not. The abuse cycle provides a high. And if you Google that, you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah. So renewal, and then the Nine of Wands in the reverse. So many of you, listen. Yes. It says, protect what you have created. Be prepared. Never give up. Ask you for help. Environmental activism. Okay, in the reverse. So is something going to be in your best interest? Is something worth fighting for? The judgment about that. Are you going through cycles after cycle after cycle with this Nine of Wands in the reverse? Making the choices to not repeat cycles. But once we do these rituals and give ourselves some space, evaluating all of those things. Okay? Not our highs, not the abuse cycle. Love bomb, devaluing, discard. Love bomb, makeup, devaluing, discard. That's a high. That's an emotional high. That's an adrenaline rush. Oxytocin from fucking is an adrenaline, it's a rush. It's a chemical bonding agent, but that does not mean it's giving life. It could be doing the very opposite. I have Six of Swords in reverse. See? Evaluate. Is something going to be causing chaos, stagnation? Yeah. Keeping you in challenging times, bitch. Is it going to... Because it's in reverse. It's like, it's a lady and her son and some dude in a boat, But going into the reverse is like, challenging times. Going towards the storm, bitch. It says, the end of challenging times, things are looking up, relief, finding your way to peaceful place, the end of depression or illness, travel, relocation, in the reverse. Good gravy. Stuck. Evaluating these things is going to help us to see that when we do these things, right? Maybe we didn't stand up for ourselves. Maybe we didn't protect ourselves. Maybe we didn't feel like we could. Maybe we didn't think it was a need to. And then, you see that? Yeah, the Sun in reverse. Good gravy. Yeah, it's going to help to see what was hidden. In some cases, it's going to help us to see that that's what folks was on in the first place. They were agents of chaos. They were honeypots. That's what their assignment was, to attack your confidence, to attack your defense. To get close to you, in order to bring injustice. Justice in the reverse. To steal, Three of Wands in the reverse. Two of Swords in the reverse. And now you will see it clearly. And for some of you, it's going to be because you may have unknowingly some kind of way. For some of you, you're just living your life and living and speaking your truth, and as a byproduct it happens to expose. And so you're gonna also see that some people was doing this because truth came to light and cycles closed out, because people realized that they were agents of chaos and causing injustices and imbalances to you and others. Okay? And this, yeah, they were stealing, they were sneaking. So you'll be able to see clearly here, that's going to break the domination with the Two of Swords going in the reverse, break the confusion about what these people were sneaking, doing, that they were sneaking. Seven of Swords. That they were sneaky and stealing and cheating. Yeah. Three of Cups, third party in the reverse, Four of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, to take from you. Yep. You'll see that they were planning to let go of you. They were planning to cause sadness. They were planning. Planning to block you. Planning to attack you. Planning to make you feel like you have to constantly defend yourself. Okay? But it's going to also help you to defend yourself and block. Okay? Or seeing the need to start standing up more for yourself. And there's the Tower. Ooh. There is the Tower. That's where the change is going to come. You may see that people really amped up the attacks on you just simply when you start standing up for yourself, because maybe before you didn't, man or a woman. Okay? Maybe before you was a simp. Maybe before you were an ass kisser. Maybe before you just went along with whatever. And then you started speaking the truth, seeing the truth. You stopped, maybe traveling or giving. And that's when you got the Tower. That's when stuff started getting off the chazang. And as you meditate, remember, as you go into that, it's going to be, and you do these rituals or cleanses, this is where you're going to see it clearly without nobody needing to tell you. Nobody. It's going to be where it comes. Like, okay, I see for myself. I don't need the reader, the pastor, the guru, I see this. I can see this now. This is what this is. Okay, this people don't like nobody standing up for themselves. There are people like that, That's disrespectful to them. You having a spine, a backbone, you saying no, you speaking the truth about something, that's disrespectful to them. And they retaliate. Yeah, and you'll gain your strength. Yeah, put an end to it. Five of Wands in the reverse. You'll put an end to it. You'll stop fighting for these connections. You'll block them out. Okay, Seven of Wands to the Five of Wands in the reverse. Okay. There you go. Again, viewer discretion is advised. Even as I sit in here right now, I have visceral sensations in certain places. I'm aware. I'm that tapped in. Because I'm aware that when I go on, also does the weirdos. I deal with it, and so does my team. They do this every day. For those of y'all that don't know, there's a whole slew of motherfuckers doing ritual work around the clock on me and my son. Mainly Texas at this time, but all over. Texas, Delta Manor, the cults and covens and criminal enterprises here in this state, but all over, because like I said, they've been doing this shit. They just happen to migrate a new crew and posse, bitch. Okay? Right above my sun, but everywhere. Throughout this motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Okay, listen, as you love on yourself with this Ace of Cups and strength, this is going to help y'all through it. Okay? This is what's going to help you through, you know what I'm saying, all of this shit. Okay? And now I got 2 of Cups. Okay. So you guys are going to gain some strength here, some friendships with the 10. Okay. So all of this strategy is going to help you to bring in real love. It's going to help you to heal, self-love, you and your children, and get some healthy shit here. Okay. Some healthy, and close out these cycles with the world. It's going to help you to see so much. Yeah, these greedy, these people, and your gifts and shit like that. Angry people hiding their anger, hiding the fact that they're working against you. A bunch of angry people that don't like that you self-love and gain strength. Okay, so if anyone wants to know what's going to happen to the people who are trying to dominate you, okay, let's get a card. These people that are trying to basically, yeah. Ooh, it says neighbors better stay in their place. They have secrets. So something about their secrets are going to come out. Ooh-wee. If these people didn't like you singing, or if they were singing, they were trying to stop you from singing to clear stagnant energy or something like that. Something of theirs is going to be blocked here. Something with their voice. They all are going to pay for what they did. Okay, it says for stealing, the penalty for stealing your life. And there's a masculine that's sorry but afraid. So some of them, what they're going to pay for is this masculine is going to be a part of giving them hell. That he's not the only one. He's just going to be one of many that's going to be a part of giving these people hell. Good gravy. Folks feel entitled to your energy. Yeah. You're going to keep checking mofos for planning you and your children's energy. People going to start dropping like flies if they don't stop that bullshit. And they might as well stop going to church and doing their shit. No, they going to drop, nigga. Don't stop that bullshit. Simple as that, motherfucker. Yeah, it said the lack of empathy. That's my point. So y'all want to know what's going to happen? There it is. They ain't finna get no empathy. When this shit hit hard, and it's fencing to hit hard. Oof. Yeah, I told you, they're gonna get sick. Yeah, these are energy harvesters. These people have been making money off of the torture of the collective. As simple as that. A whole slew of trash bag motherfuckers have been making money off of torturing the collective. Okay, boom, bitch, simple, ain't even deep. Trash bags making money off of torture. But it says they're getting sick. Energy harvesters are getting ill. And that's going to progress as they persist in these tactics. Yeah, it says karmic women stalking feminists gonna regret it. And they are. Child. It says wait for it. It says wait for it, niggas. They probably put some in the name of their mama, their daddy, their child, hide their print. Yeah, ooh, feminine, something about your, this card keeps coming out, so I don't know what the big deal is, but it says demisapio-sexual. So that means, you know, connecting via intelligence and emotional connection. So something with your intelligence. Because, yeah, they keep trying to block because you clear your path, so they keep trying to stop it. So they finna, ooh, child. This shit finna keep ricocheting rubber, glue. They keep at it because feminine's pouring into her life. No matter what they do, right? Okay, so y'all, yeah. Uh, 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 What's their final message here so we can go? What are these people going to get or are getting that's doing spells, the visceral stuff that the collective and their children are feeling, the love spells, like all of this shit here. Something with the house hit the phone, something about to happen at their house. Something about to happen. Or something pertaining to a message that was, it's in the reverse. Uh-oh. Maybe that's about to be sent on the phone or somebody, uh-oh. Uh-oh. I got main female coming in the reverse. I got wealthy man that wants to come in the reverse. Uh-oh. Is somebody gonna lose the wealthy man or the wealthy man gonna lose his shit? Uh-oh. Because if they've been doing shit to your place, or nigga, they better cough the shit. Thief in the reverse. Ooh, official person in reverse may be going down. Ooh. Jail. Oh, somebody finna go to jail. This shit fell on the phone. Somebody finna go to jail, or somebody finna find out that somebody went to jail. With imprisonment here. Somebody finna go to jail. And thoughts in the reverse, I think they're not seeing this coming. Okay? Or if somebody's already in jail, I think they're not seeing that somebody is fencing to give up the goods about a blocked message. Something like that. Ooh-wee. Yeah, high honor is here. Yep. Somebody's fencing to do the honorable thing, so somebody ain't seeing it about a blocked message, that a message was not delivered or a blocked message. Ooh. Ooh. They gonna get that ass toe up. What's this? Yeah. This false person. Uh-oh. 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 Mature man. We got we got 4 motherfuckers. We got a main female reverse, wealthy man reverse, imprisonment, house, high honor, false person, mature man, mature woman. Interesting. Poverty and death. Something with this death shit. A courtship is going into the reverse, or what was that, like a breakup spell? What? A gift. Thief reverse. So with this thief reverse and this death here, 19, there's some exposure here and something that's going to be coming to y'all, or a message about something that you never got. Unexpected income and a main male. Occupation and a whole community that's involved. Ooh, it hit the phone. It hit the phone. It fell on my phone. Yeah. Adjudication in reverse, because this was unfair and unjust. The judicial system. It could be something to do with online on the phone, but it was unjust to not. Ooh, child. But Something to do with if somebody died for some of you, what was left to you, it was unjust for them to not communicate this shit. To block that, to hide that, based on somebody's occupation or whatever this shit is. They about to get their ass toe up. Yep. They gonna be sitting in despair for doing that. Yeah, for a great fortune and shit. Sudden wealth in reverse. People gon', yeah. Wow. So how is this, let's end it here. How is that adjudication in the reverse going to work out in the favor of the collective? On that last card, please. And we are done. How is that going to work out in their favor and honor? How is this going to work out in their favor and honor as these people? How is this going to work out in the collective's favor and honor? Ending with adjudication. Okay, the Six of Wands in the reverse. That was the dishonor. That was the theft. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Eight of Wands. Some kind of message is coming to you quick. Okay, this theft, this loss, these insurance policies, inheritances, and bounties to cause you losses and stuff like that. People traveling to you. The message is spreading rapidly that this is what people are doing in order to keep something. And there's healing here for this misfortune. What they were trying to do to an earth angel. What people have been doing to sick people or to try to make you sick. This is going to work in your favor. Queen of Pentacles with patience. You're very loving, nurturing. Yeah. For some of you, it's about your mother. A mother and a mother figure or a matriarch. The Seven of Swords that lied and stole from you. This was sneaky. She's a distorted witch, wizard, warlock, cult, high priestess in reverse, practitioner, secrets. Yeah, addicted to toxicity. Justice in the reverse again. Justice in the reverse, and then the sun, that's the exposure. Yep. A Leo may be involved. That she found delight in causing imbalances and injustices for you. Okay, but this is about to be exposed, and this domination she ain't gonna have. These are hoes that's trying to play God. They about to meet God. Tomorrow, bitch. No, I'm just saying. Some of them, shit. These hoes and niggas was trying to play God. Yeah. They want you to have no choice. They misjudged the situation. They don't have any further chances here. This, whoever this matriarch is. This domination is crossroads shit. Okay, they didn't want people to take any actions. To stop people from taking proper actions to give you what was yours or to receive. Things are going to balance out here with the Six of Pentacles here. You're going to get success. You're going to get what's yours, and they're going to get what they deserve. Which is going under final judgment. Yeah, for being a lying whore. When you would go back to talk to them, to try to dominate you, to try to have control over you with lies and sneaky. King of Swords is coming in upright. Child. This is poor investment. Woo! that this is all a plot, plan, and scheme, but this is going to work because it looks like somebody's got the document. Words in the reverse, yes they do. And the moon in the reverse, yes they do. That's exposure. With the sun too, yes they do. Yes they do. They got the documents. Yes they do, honey. Empress, there you are. Yes they do. It's coming. Eight of Wands. Somebody finna travel to you. Are you about where? Ooh. You're not gonna have to worry, baby. Five of Pentacles in reverse with the Six of Swords in the upright. Ace of Cups at the bottom, baby. Shit, shit, finna get some snacks, some Doritos. Shit. And moving on to Karma Waters about to invest in you, Ace of Cups, or something to invest in yourself, or whatever this is. It's here. This is gonna work in your favor. Okay? You're getting something down to a science. Something is being, something, this case, something here. Okay? Some crazy shit. There's some crazy shit. Your movie, huh? You was like, shit, I ain't signed up for this movie. Let me go so I can clear my energy up here. So maybe I can come back if I have time later, go clear my son's energy up here, do some other stuff, do some whoop ass, do some other shit, bitch. Some kung fu, bitch. Do some energetic, nigga. I said, nigga. Okay, y'all.